Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my channel. It is Amy McGrew here, and I am super excited to come to you today and create using the Cozy Up collection from Close to My Heart. So this is a collection that is found in our July-August idea book. I cannot believe that August is more than halfway over and this book will be retiring soon. On page 12, we're being introduced to the Cozy Up collection. And there are some fabulous papers that bring on a fall theme, but you can really use these papers in all kinds of different events and theme cards and paper crafting products. There is a pattern paper collection. There is a coordinating cardstock. We've got some dots and of course a digital collection, and there's stamp sets, and there is a scrapbooking kit and a card making kit. I wanted to share with you the papers that are in this collection. I have been working with this collection, so some of my papers cut up, but this is one of the patterns. It's a Mocha plaid, and of course all the Close to My Heart papers are double-sided. So the back side is this scarlet stripe, and the zip strip that goes with this is this vertical multicolored stripe, which I love. Then we've got the falling leaves, and I love the different colors of those leaves. And the back side is this paprika. It's kind of spongy, and it's got words all throughout it, but the words are so tiny, so if you didn't want to use this for something fall, you totally could. And the zip strip for this one is this Mocha strip, and it's got all kinds of words that you can find in this pattern paper, but in the zip strip they're different colors. And then we've got these gorgeous pumpkins. They're like 3D. You can almost feel like you could pick them from the pumpkin patch. And the back side is books and glasses and leaves and acorns and teapots. Books and tea are some of my most favorite things. I do most of my reading in the summer, but I do love to read and I love to drink tea. I am not a coffee drinker, so this is speaking volumes to me. I love these type of patterns because you can even cut the images out and use them as embellishments on your projects. And then check out the teacup zip strip. And the color combination is just, I just love it. And then here, of course, is our 12 by 12 sticker sheet. We've got the book border. That's so appropriate for this time of the year as everyone's going back to school. I love the little stickers that have words and phrases on them. We've got some great titles and all kinds of icons for your paper crafting projects. The book and the snail, the glasses, all kinds of leaves, the cornucopia. I love the stack of books, of course, the teapot and the socks. So this collection is definitely getting me to start thinking about fall. I'm not ready to give up summer, but this is getting me excited for fall. Then this is the cardstock, coordinating cardstock. So the colors are Shortbread, Scarlet, Mocha, Paprika, and Rosemary. And this is the one side, and that is the light side. Now there is also, like I showed you, a card making kit and a scrapbooking kit. I love to get the scrapbooking kit because you get all kinds of exclusive things to it. Like with this particular one, we're getting an exclusive stencil, and this is the technique that is taught in the workshop. In all of the Close to My Heart workshops, they feature a technique in the instructions, and you of course get the printed out instructions when you purchase the kit. but the technique they're teaching is a stenciling technique, so you can only get the stencil with this kit. And then you get, of course, your place photo here markers. You get lots and lots of paper die cuts that punch out very easily. You get exclusive papers as well. Check out all these strips. Here's one of the exclusive papers, and then this is the other exclusive paper. And you get all of your cardstocks as well as page protectors. So even if you don't put the layouts together exactly the way they come in the kit, you can use all these parts and pieces for your projects. But today I am going to make 3 cards, and each card is going to feature a different coloring technique. So I'm going to clear this away and we will get started. All right, for this first card, all the cards actually are going to feature the stamp set that is found on page 35. It's called One of These Days, and it is just the cutest stamp set. I've been dying to use it. It's got these fun little characters, and then these are kind of sentiments that you can use when things aren't going your way, when it's just been one of those days, a day where maybe chocolate could help. And I'm going to pair it with one of my all-time favorites that is also found in this idea book on page 48. It's called Setting the Scene. And I love the images here. You've got a variety of clouds. You've got these brush strokes. So if you want to highlight something, I love the sun. I love the journaling spot. And then you've got these background stamps. And I especially love this one right here. It's actually, the words do read. It's very tiny, but it's actually sayings from a Winnie the Pooh book. But it's just a nice textured stamp. It kind of reminds me of that textured word stamp we had back in May with the Dream Maker collection, but this is much tinier. So this is a set I will keep on my table. I keep on my table, my workspace, and I pull it out and pair it with a lot of different projects. So let's pull in our Versamat. And I'm going to use the foam side because we're going to be stamping. And I did pre-cut all my papers. We're going to do a fun fold card. And I also did pre-stamp one of the images because, as you know, if you follow me, I love to use the Archival black ink. And when you're coloring, it is recommended that you use the intense black ink because what that particular black ink is made of, it's not going to cause a bleeding when you're coloring with markers or pencils or shimmer brushes or whatnot. But I just love the Archival black. It's just a more vibrant black. So I like to do all my stamping ahead of time and then just let it dry so that it won't bleed. So I did stamp my squirrel earlier. And what we're going to do, I think I should bring in my all-purpose mat for this because we will color first and then we'll assemble. So I'm going to bring in my all-purpose mat. If you are new to my channel, I love this mat. It's got a silicone backing which allows it to stick to your surface, if you will, and it won't slip and slide. And you can make messes on this and do all kinds of things on it. It is a must-have in my house, whether I'm paper crafting or doing other projects. So the first technique that I want to share with you is coloring with shimmer brushes. So I have a variety of shimmer brushes here. I'm going to give you another little sneak peek at something. I usually don't do this, but coming in September, our Essentials idea book, we've got this really cool tool holder. Isn't that cool? So it holds everything. So you can see I've got a variety of my shimmer brushes. Did you know that you can use shimmer brushes to color in? So I've got my shimmer brush here. I believe this is either a Toffee or, yeah, I'm thinking it's Toffee. Looking at a dry version of it. I should label these. And now when you get shimmer brushes, they are labeled. So this is one of the earlier when they first came out, but now they will be labeled with whatever color you're using, which is kind of cool. So now if you are using a shimmer brush for the first time, when you get it, it will have this fluorescent yellow ring on it. And all you're going to do, let me put the lid back on this. All you're going to do is slide it off, and that is garbage. And then you'll twist your piece back on, and then you will want to shake it and press where it says, or push where it says push, and just wait until all the ink comes to the brush, and then you'll be able to start doing whatever it is you're going to be doing with it. So I'm going to throw that ring away. I just wanted to share that in case you're new. And what I'm going to do is, actually, before we do the brown, I'm going to take the honey butter and I'm going to color in the leaves. So the shimmer brushes have kind of like shimmer, thus the name shimmer brushes. They have a little bit of glitter in them, which allows for some shine. And with these images on this stamp set, there are leaves kind of scattered in on the animal. So I just wanted to color those in first, and then I'm going to take my Toffee, and I am more or less just painting. So my squirrel is going to have a sparkly side to it. And because of the way this squirrel is drawn, the details in the drawing are showing that the fur is kind of, for lack of a better word, squaggly. So that's how I'm coloring in. This image, you might look at it and be like, oh, how am I going to color that? It does look great black and white, but you don't have to be precise, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm kind of messy coloring. That's a good word for it. Messy coloring. So it kind of looks like it's furry. Then what I'm going to do is take the melon, and I'm just going to color in the feet. So do you like to use shimmer brushes when you are coloring? It's a great way to color in if you don't have certain color markers, or if you're just wanting a different look, which is what I wanted. So now I'm actually using my Scarlet shimmer brush, and I am just highlighting all those little lines. And you can see how fast and easy this is. And I think he is pretty darn cute. The next thing I'm gonna do, let me put my brushes away. And you know, as I'm coloring this, you can color these animals any color you want. You know, it doesn't have to be realistic. If you want a pink squirrel or a purple squirrel or a blue squirrel, make it fun and whimsical. The next thing I am going to do is on this stamp set, we've got this little squiggly image, which I love. And I am going to take my Sundance ink, and I'm just going to stamp that right there. And then I will take the image, sew over this, And this card would be the perfect card to send to my daughter. She's had a rather frustrating week. You ever have one of those weeks where everything goes wrong? All the little things, and those little things add up. This is a great stamp set to create cards and then give to someone, and I think it would kind of break up all the mishaps and kind of bring a smile to their face. So what I'm doing now is just adding with my black Le Pen journaling pen. I'm just doodling around the perimeter of this piece of paper. Oh, and the other thing, I am using the French vanilla cardstock. The color in the kit is White Daisy, but I liked the French vanilla better for these particular cards. So I am using French vanilla. And I just added a little bit of detail there. And then I am going to take it one step forward, and I'm going to get my splatter box. And I'm gonna get my, let's see, what color do we want to use? I think I'm gonna use my espresso, and I'm just gonna get it started here. There we go, get some ink going here. And then I am going to add some splatters. I want that to, this one is almost empty. We'll try it. And how I'm going to do that is just go like this. And hopefully the camera is picking up those splatters, but I will hold this up. And that is just going to add a little more to that. Isn't that cute? I don't know about you, I'm not a big squirrel lover, but this squirrel is pretty darn cute. Fun fact, when I was little, I was afraid of squirrels. I wouldn't go outside. I was the youngest of 5. And so when all my siblings went back to school, my mom, I was actually the only one out of all my siblings that went to nursery school, which is what it was called back then. Now I guess it's called preschool. But my mom enrolled me in preschool to get me to be outside or to be with other people, because I was so afraid of going outside and getting bit by a squirrel. So I just wanted to stay inside. Isn't that funny? All right, let me get my adhesive. And I am, another little sneak peek, I am using the brand new Close to My Heart adhesive. This had been retired, and it was retired because they, 1, changed the look of it, and 2, awesome news is they made it so that it's refillable. So you don't throw away the cartridge anymore. You get refillable cartridges. So that is why it was on the retired items list, because the old version was retired. So what I'm doing now, my card base is the Scarlet, and then this is a fun fold card, and I just picked 2 patterns that I liked, and I am adding them to the card base. So even though this is a fun fold card, it is a standard A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it will fit in our standard size envelopes, and I think I will pull out my envelope flap thin cut and decorate the envelope flap. I still can't believe that thin cut is being retired. I use that thing. I don't think I ever send envelopes without a decorative flap anymore. So you can see how I did that. I just rotated the patterns, so it's going to close like that. And then I've got this piece, and this piece is, let me get my Versamat, and I can tell you the measurements. This piece is 6 by 3, and so I scored it at the 3. So we will give this a crisp fold, and this part of it is going to be adhered to that front panel, and the other part is going to be adhered to this panel. So I am going to put my adhesive at both ends, and then I'm going to lay it down before I actually stick it down, because I want it right in the center, and that looks to be about good. And I don't know what I have on my mat, but let's just erase this. Gotta love our rub and remove eraser. Okay, so I like that, and then let's see how fast this dries. So we will go ahead and adhere that. And this is why I chose the French vanilla, because the white was just really white next to this background. So cute. Then I have this piece right here, and what I'm going to do is take this image that I talked about, and I'm going to use some Sundance ink, and I just want some texture, so I don't even care if it's not stamped like a complete image. I'm just going to add some texture right like this, just like that. And then I'll take my journaling pen again, and I'll do some more dots and dashes. You can do one continuous line if you want. You can do dash and 2 dots, squiggly lines. I think if you've been following me for a while, you've seen me do all kinds of things. And this just kind of grounds it and just gives it another little added decorative touch. And it will definitely look fine without that as well. So then I thought I could do, I know it's been a, and then you could say day, week, or year. I'm gonna do week because I am going to send this to my daughter, and it has been a week for her. So I'm gonna ink this up. I'll just do it right in the center, and then we'll get the week, and I should have wet my stamp chamois. Put the week down. I think we're going to use the longer block. There we go. Move my chamois out of the way. And we could put our foam piece down because I don't have my Versamat down. And it's been a week. There we go. All right, and then this panel will go right here like that. I'm gonna go like that. And then I've got another piece of cardstock, that's Scarlet Cardstock. And what I'm gonna do is line this up like this and adhere that down. So that way you can't see it right there. So it looks like that. And then I've got another piece of French vanilla, and we will do the same thing with this background set. And just stamp off to give it some texture. And then I will take my stamp chamois and clean that off. We will put this right here like this. And then we'll add our faux stitching, if you will. And then this card will be done. So hopefully you will give coloring in your images with shimmer brushes a try. Again, it's a great way to color in if you don't have a specific marker, or if you're looking for a different approach, if you're wanting your image to have a little bit of glitz and glimmer. I thought, why not give our squirrel some shine? Just kind of makes having that bad day not so bad anymore. Not sure if the camera's picking up there, maybe right there you can see that shine. But just a really cute, fun card and fun fold. And so here you can write your little message and sign your name. So there is card number 1. Alrighty, I have all the parts and pieces for our third and final card. I did already stamp my little critter just so that he could dry, and we are going to color him in. We're going to use the blending brush again for his body, but we're also going to use some TriBlend markers to color in the leaves. So we're going to start with the TriBlend markers. I am using dark red blend, gold yellow blend, jade green shades, and tan shades. So we're going to start, and I'm just going to color. I'm going to use the mid of the gold yellow, and I'm going to kind of dot in the eye area because it's such a small area. I like to dot. And because these are such small little pieces, we're coloring in with the TriBlends. We're not going to do any fancy blending. I'm going to use the dark end of the dark red shades and color in some of these leaves. So by the time you're done watching this, you can see this stamp set colored in with TriBlend markers, with blending brushes, and with shimmer brushes. So lots of variety. Color in right here. I'm gonna take that dark red and color this leaf. And then let's do the mid. I'm using the mid of the green. Color that in. And let's use the dark of the red to color this and this. So those little leaves they're just like hidden really well, but I think that's good. So then I'm going to take my blending brush again and my Mocha ink, and I'm going to tap off on my mat, and then just with a light hand color in the body. This is just a quick and easy way to add color and get that scruffy look. And that is good. And then I am going to take my tan marker, and let's see, I think I'm going to use the mid. Yeah, we'll use the mid of that tan shades, and I am just going to go over these details. So this third card is just showing you how you can mix the different techniques. But you can see it's not rocket science. It's so easy. How cute is he? I love him. Okay, I'm just going to clean up my Versamat, or my all-purpose mat. Stamp chamois is great for that. And let's go ahead and add some splatters to this. And I did open up my shimmer brush and poured some of the ink out because there was a little bit left, a lot more than I thought. But I'm going to pick up some of this and get my other one and just add a little bit of shimmer. It's easy to get carried away with this. It's just so, I don't know, therapeutic. I like it. Is he not cute? I think we need to name these little guys. All right, so let's let that dry for a minute. It won't take but a minute. And we will assemble this fun fold card. So I've got my base, which again is a Scarlet base, and I did cut this on the Cricut, and it's one of those kind of like triangular folds. So the front part is the dark side. That's what I'm choosing. And then I have a piece of that leaf pattern. And we will add that to right here, like so. So which is your favorite way to color? Do you like the shimmer brush, the blending brush, or the markers? I would love to know. I don't think I have a favorite. I think I like them all. They all serve a purpose. But what I do love about each of the techniques I'm sharing today is that they are quick. Sometimes you look at a stamp image and you think, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard to color that, whether it's going to take forever, or you're not going to be able to color it to give it the look that you want. And when I first saw this stamp set, I kind of thought that, but then I took some time to think about the different ways that we could color, and I knew I had to have it. Okay, so this is the inside of the card, and what I thought I would do again is use that, oops, I know it's been, and I think I'm going to use week again, although maybe I'll use day, because I can give that to somebody local. If I was going to mail it, the day would be over before they got it. But let's go ahead and use day because I haven't done that yet. You could use year, and it could be, a positive thing. I know it's been a year, meaning it's been a great year. Or, maybe a year of studying, and then the student passed or graduated, and you could use it that way. The more I think about it, the more ways I'm coming up for using this stamp set, whether it be because you're acknowledging a stressful, challenging time, or it could be a positive spin. So I'm going to add my doodle lines, and with this one I'm just going to doodle all around and then go back around with more squiggly lines, which is what I usually do when I'm doodling and I mess up and I go too far over or I go off the page. I'll always add a double line, but you can still add a double line even if you don't mess up, which this looks pretty good, but I think this squiggly line just really kind of has the same feel as these animals. This would be a good card to give to a spouse or a child or roommate if they come home and have had a frustrating day. You could just fill this out and leave it on their pillow. All kinds of different things. So then I have a piece of shortbread. We're going to use the dark side. And we'll just adhere our little critter. This is, I think, the first time that I am using non-pastel bright summery colors, and I'm liking it. These are kind of more like earth tones. And then we can close this up, and I'm bringing in a belly band. So this is our shortbread, and I'm going to use it on the dark side. I do want to ink distress this. I'm just doing paper to ink just to give this a little more interest, a little more personality. And then this is one of the zip strips that I shared with you. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. And I'm just going to, because this is such a thin piece of paper and it's not cardstock, so it's not as sturdy. So I usually just go like this. Then I like to just look at it, and that looks good. So we're going to add adhesive. And I'm just going to put this down the center of the shortbread. And then we can trim this extra off, and you can use that for another project. You know what you could even do? We could even dovetail this. Put it right there or down there. Maybe we'll do that just for some added interest. So good way to use your scraps. I'm going to do the dovetail again. Find the center and then cut a slit from one corner to the top of the slit and the other corner. So we could put that there, or we can put it there. I think I'm going to put it down here. Like that. And then we have the cozy dots, and I love these because you get some glitter ones and then you get the colored ones. So let me get the piercing tool again. And these are not too bulky, so they won't add bulk to an envelope and increase the postage. So I'm just going to put hearts so the receiver knows I'm sending love their way. And then maybe we'll do a little heart right here. Cute. I like that. Love these dots. So then we can close this up, and then what we want to do is wrap our belly band around this. And you want it to be, you know, not super tight, but you don't want the belly band to fall off, like slide off. So line it up, and then I'm just going to put some adhesive right here like this, like that. Make sure it's even. And then our little guy will hide the seam. So I'm going to put some adhesive right there like that. And there is our card. Slide the belly band off, open it up, and you can sign your name and write a little note. So there you have it. Card number 3 shows you how to use your TriBlend markers. Oh, did I do that too tight? I might have done that. No, no, there you go. So TriBlend markers along with the blending brushes. We've got the shimmer brushes, and then we've got just the blending brushes. 3 different coloring techniques, 3 different fun fold cards. If you enjoyed this video and could give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me to grow this little channel of mine. It tells YouTube that you'd like to see more videos like this. If you have not already subscribed and would be willing to subscribe, I would truly appreciate it. Feel free to share with your other crafty friends. I will list all of the products I use in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye-bye.